What's up, everybody? Mike here, and in this Baldur's Gate 3 build guide video, I'll be going over my Nightstorm Cleric build. This is a level 9 late game build, an evolution of my Tempest Cleric build I've done before. If you've not checked out those videos, the level 3 version, even the level 6 version, please check them out ASAP or right now before you watch the full video here. Alright, so let's begin here at level 7 for the Cleric. This is still technically the Tempest Domain subclass, but it's going to emphasize on, still the storm factor, the lightning, and there's the reason why it's sort of like a Nightstorm theme here. But let's go into what you gain at level 7 here. You get level 4 spell slot unlocked. Now, you get freedom of movement, which apparently if you already know the spell, then there you go. You gained it there. If you don't have to pick that up, just keep that in mind. You would gain it later on. So if you want to pick something else up here, if you want to, up to you. Guardian of Faith, for example, Death Ward, or even Banishment. Banishment's pretty good. Then at level 8, you get level 4 spell slot unlocked. You also gain action Divine Strike Thunder, weapon damage once per turn. Deal 1 to 8 thunder damage in addition to your weapon damage when you make a melee attack. You get a new feat. So, in case maybe you didn't watch the previous video on this, options for the first feat you can go is Ability Improvement, which I did to help get the Wisdom to 18. You don't necessarily have to do that. There's always what I suggest, Warcaster, which is very good for clerics. So that way you gain advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration on a spell. You can also use a reaction to cast Shocking Grasp, a target moving out of melee range. So I'd recommend either one of these, either Warcaster at level 4 or Ability Improvement, and same here pretty much. Either go for Ability Improvement to get your Wisdom to 20 or go Warcaster. When it comes to the spells at this point of where you're at, up to you, but this is what I'm going with. I'm keeping Guiding Bolt in here. I'm keeping Blessing here. It's very good. Healing Words essentially help when allies go down. Create or Destroy Water, because you create water first in an area in AoE, that's going to help to do extra thunder or lightning damage once you use that. Cure Wounds you can keep in here if you want, but the other option I would suggest to go for is you can do Mass Healing Word in case, more than one ally goes down. You can use this instead to help get them back up. Prayer of Healing, which is very good to use outside of combat to heal your allies when needed. Enhance Ability, still magical enhancement upon ally. They gain advantage on ability checks with a chosen ability. So very useful in certain situations. Hold Person is so good. It is required that you put on a humanoid enemy, though, not anything else. But very good against humanoid enemies. It's going to help out with like your melee attackers classes, or even yourself. If use your character to do some melee attacks, it's going to help you always do a critical hit. And it's always from within 3 meters. They're always critical. Then there's also Spirit Guardians picked up here. Call for spirits to protect you. Nearby enemies take 3 to 24 radiant damage, or 3 to 24 necrotic damage per turn. And their movement speed is halved. Very useful. Targets still take half damage as well in saves. Sanctuary is very good. I think honestly throughout the game, you or your ally cannot be targeted until you attack or harm a creature. You can still take damage from area spells though. This is very useful to use as like a last spell in a turn, where like say you did your attack or you did something else and then you put Sanctuary on yourself or an ally to help protect them. Bane is very good. Up 3 creatures receive a -1 d4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws for 10 turns, essentially debuffing them to, lower their attack rolls and they will miss you more often. Then up to you, you can do Shield of Faith as well. Protect creature from attacks. Increase its AC armor class by 2 until long rest. So it's concentration. Just be mindful of what's concentration spells here. A lot of these are concentration spells. So just be mindful that when you utilize one of these, you're going to use another one that's a concentration spell. It will get rid of the one you were. So like, for example, if you cast Bless, right? And then you want to cast Shield of Faith. Well, Bless is going to go away, and then Shield of Faith will take over. So just keep that in mind. And at level 9, if you didn't already, you get Insect Plague. So level 4 spell slot unlocked. Level 5 spell slot unlocked. like I said, if you want to, you can go with Insect Plague. It doesn't necessarily fit the theme, in my opinion, of uh, a Stormcaster type build, a Tempest build. So I personally don't use it. Also, depending on the situation, you may want to add in Dispel Evil and Good. Aberrations, Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, Undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. It's for 10 turns, so it can be useful in certain situations. But you can always swap that out for something else, like you want to go Mass Cure Wounds to add to your healing. There's also Greater Restoration, touch creature, and negate any charm, petrification, stun, or curse inflicting it. That's also kind of situational. I'm not usually, at least for me anyway, I'm not usually running into this a lot, but that's part because I'm killing enemies a lot faster than they can try to, do this to me. So it depends on your builds, your other classes, and things like that, and who you're running your party, and how effective you are in combat. This may not be a big deal to you, but to others it might be. You can always go with Glyph of Warding. This kind of adds more to doing damage because essentially with this Glyph of Warding, you can choose from different elemental attacks, including, lightning or thunder here. So you may want to add it in. And it's very good. It's AoE. Enemies that step in it essentially will get attacked by it, will be affected by it. Something by an enemy and select the magical effect will trigger. It's basically a magical trap. And it's very awesome. All right, so let's get to the gear for your Cleric. Now, I'm using Shadowheart as the sort of base plate or character for this. You don't necessarily have to use Shadowheart. Obviously, you can use other races. I believe I explained in the first build video, the level 3 version of this. So I'm still using the Walpurious Crown. Crowning Glory when healing another. The wearer regains 1 to 6 hit points. So, because you're still going to be, a support caster mostly, if not half the time, while still dishing out good damage. But your job is mainly going to be healing, though, when you need to. And then that's why I still got this in here to help with that, so that way it gives you even more protection survivability. I got Thunder Skin Cloak, Dazing Echo. When a creature with reverberation deals damage to the wearer, creature needs to make concentration saving throw or become dazed. This is going to help when any creature deals damage to you, where it's a melee attack, a ranged attack, spell, etc. If they don't, succeed in that saving throw, they're going to be dazed, and that's just going to help you do more damage to them. It's going to debuff it for a bit. I got Dwarven Splint Mail as the armor I'm currently wearing for the chest piece, the body. It's a AC of 19, superior plate. You take 1 less piercing damage. As body aid, gain +1 bonus to strength saving throws and checks. Disadvantage on stealth checks though, so if you're not really worried about that, it's fine. I'm not really worried about being stealthy. Another thing I really like about this is the Constitution +2 up to 20 to help my Constitution. It was at 16, but it's at 18 now, furthering my HP for this build. It's equal to my Wisdom. So, and it's heavy armor as well too. So just, be aware that if your Cleric is not able to wear heavy armor, it's probably because of the subclass. I know with Tempest here, Tempest Domain, you can wear heavy armor. Then I have Gloves of Belligerent Skies. Still have this on here. Thunderous Conversion. When a wearer deals thunder damage, lightning damage, or radiant damage, inflict 2 turns of reverberation upon the targets. So for anybody who's confused about reverberation, affected entity has a -1 penalty to strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws per main turn. When the entity has a 4 or more turns of reverberation, it takes 1 to 4 thunder damage and possibly falls prone. The condition is removed afterward. Creatures immune to thunder damage can't receive reverberation, so be mindful of that. But it's very useful for this theme of the build. Then I have Boots of Aid and Comfort still on here to come back. When the wearer heals a target, it gains additional 3 temporary hit points. Once again, adding to the life pool HP, adding survivability. You want to keep your healer, your sportcaster alive at all times. So that way, if your other characters go down at any point or need some healing, you got your sportcaster to help them out always. When it comes to the jewelry here, I put on Spellcrux Amulet. Spell slot restoration helps with that, so that way, if you're getting low on spells, you can utilize this, spend a spell slot of any level, and this is a bonus action. It can be replenished on long rest, so just be aware that if you're getting low on your spell slots, you can use this to help, replenish a level 4, level 5, level 3. Spell slot doesn't matter. Just keep in mind it is only usually one use, and then you got to do a long rest. Ring of Salving. Savior's Allure. You restore additional 2 hit points every time you heal another creature. Once again, furthering adding to the benefits of healing your allies. And then I have, I'm going to mess this up. Coruscation Ring. I totally butchered that. Arcane Radiance. When the wearer deals spell damage while illuminated by a light source, they also inflict radiating orb upon the target. So, radiating orb. Affected entity has a -1 to attack rolls per remaining turn. It also sheds bright light in areas surrounded. This is very good against invisible enemies and similar types of enemies like that. And this is just going to help debuff those enemies. Now, when it comes to your weapon here, I unlocked the legendary Saloon Spear of Night. I'm trying it out. It is 3 to 8 damage on her. It also adds Moonbeam, a level 3 evocation spell. It also adds Moon Mote. If you want that, Saloon's Blessing, you gain advantage on Wisdom, saving throws, and perception checks. So this is very fitting, and since Suka's Wisdom is the main ability stat for clerics, you don't necessarily have to go that route. But yeah, you can add that on there. You can always try out the Moonlight Glaive, which does more damage. As Moonlight Glaive glowing, this object shines with a glowing light in a radius of 6 meters. Weapon enhancement +2. Light permanent as well if you want that. It's two-handed, so you will not be able to use a shield, but up to you. I'm using a shield with this. Cleric Shield, actually, matter of fact. You don't necessarily have to use Cleric Shield, but I felt it was kind of fitting for this particular build. Arcane Enchantment. You gain +1 bonus spell save, DC, and spell attack rolls. Shield Bash. When a foe hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to knock it prone unless they succeed a dexterity saving throw. Advantage on dexterity saving throw checks. This is very useful, once again, because I'm trying to have a tanky, cleric here that can also dish out good damage. So this adds to the AC, it adds to the protection, it adds to essentially, reacting to the enemies better to attack you. This can knock them down prone. You can see my AC here is 21. Very good AC. It's 19 from armor, 2 from the shield, adding to 21 there. So if you want to keep a shield on, or if you want to sort this out and experiment with the two-handed for certain situations, go ahead. You can do that. I have the safeguard shield here too. If you're maybe using this on some, Cleric Shield on someone else, up to you. You can go with that. There's also the Blood of Lathander, legendary weapon. If you decide to get that, it's very useful, very good for clerics. Lathander's Blessing once per long rest. When your hit points are reduced to 0, you regain 2 to 12 hit points. Allies within meters also gain 1 to 6 hit points. Lathander's Light sheds holy light in a 6-meter radius. In combat, fiends and undead standing in the light are blinded unless they succeed a Constitution saving throw. And it also has the Sunbeam level 6 evocation spell, which is very powerful. Very powerful. This is also a very strong weapon, regardless of the damage. There you see 3A, because having your enemies blinded that are near you within the vicinity is so good. It helps protect you. It helps protect your allies that are close to you, because they're blinded, they cannot hit you with their accuracy, not always at least, and that's going to help you hit them better and eliminate them. So up to you. You're going to swap around, see what's good for you. I've been messing around with all 3 of these, and these are all 3 good weapons for a cleric, in my opinion, if you obviously unlock them. There's certain ways to do that. I believe it's through a side quest, and you get Yankee Temple. There's like a puzzle you got to figure out for that. This is part of a main quest line regarding a night song. I'm not trying to give too much away, but essentially, if you say the night song, keep the night song alive, you get this. And then later on, with talking to the night song, later on, you will get this as well. So that wraps it up for my Nightstorm cleric build here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful too. Just to give you some ideas. This is only one variation of this type of build. There's many more build types coming out. I'm gonna probably most likely do fuller build videos instead of just break them down to level 3, level 6, and 9, and 12. I'll eventually just do all from level 1 to 12. Just try it out. Just also trying this out for this type of game. See what you guys thought. Let me know if you like this format still too. Breaking them down easy parts, if you like it more, just full on like all the way to level 12 type build. But yeah, I'll most likely recap this anyway, like from level 1 to 12 and the next evolution of this build, because the next time I do evolution of this build will be level 12 in game, and just might be different gear, might be different stuff I'll be using as well too. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. This game is so fun, and I'll be playing this for a long time. There's gonna be many more things coming. I'll be doing besides build videos. I'll probably do some other guide videos to help you guys better understand some of the mechanics and things like that in the game, because I know a lot of casual players may not understand D&D and stuff like that. So, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please drop a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. As always, thank you for watching. See you next time.